Not every hunting rifle delivers what it promises. Today, we're looking at 5 models that experienced hunters consistently warn others to avoid. These aren't just minor issues. We're talking reliability problems, accuracy concerns, and quality control nightmares that can ruin your hunting season. Whether you're a beginner or seasoned hunter, this guide will help you make smarter choices and save serious money. Stick around because number 1 might surprise you. It's one of the most returned rifles in recent history. Number 5. Marlin 336, Remington-era production. The Marlin 336 has a legendary reputation going back decades, but the models produced after Remington purchased Marlin tell a different story. These newer versions suffer from serious quality control problems that tarnish the Marlin name. The main issue centers around the manufacturing period from 2007 to 2020. During this time, Remington moved production and changed suppliers, leading to inconsistent build quality. Many owners report rough actions that bind and catch, requiring significant hand fitting just to cycle smoothly. The finish work also took a nosedive, with poorly applied bluing and rough machining marks visible throughout the receiver. Accuracy problems plague these rifles too. The barrel-to-receiver fit became so inconsistent that some rifles shoot 4-inch groups at 100 yards, completely unacceptable for hunting. Extraction and ejection failures happen regularly, with spent cases getting stuck in the chamber. The loading gate often has sharp edges that cut your thumb during use. What makes this particularly frustrating is that older Marlin 336 rifles from the 1980s and 90s are outstanding, but the Remington-era versions simply don't live up to that heritage. If you want a lever-action rifle, look for pre-2007 Marlins, or consider the new Ruger-made Marlins that started production in 2024. Pros: classic lever-action design remains popular and field-proven. Uses common 30-30 Winchester cartridge with wide availability. Compact size works well in dense woods and brush hunting. Cons: severe quality control issues during Remington ownership period. Rough actions require extensive work to function smoothly. Accuracy problems make ethical shots difficult beyond close range. Number 4. Mossberg Patriot, early models. The Mossberg Patriot entered the market as an entry-level bolt-action rifle, and early versions had significant teething problems. While Mossberg has improved recent production, those first-generation models still circulate in the used market. The trigger system caused the most complaints. Early Patriots came with extremely heavy, gritty triggers that broke anywhere from 7 to 10 pounds. This makes accurate shooting nearly impossible, especially from field positions. The trigger also had excessive creep and an unpredictable break point. Mossberg later addressed this with the LBA trigger, but early models remain problematic. Feeding reliability presented another major concern. The magazines frequently failed to position cartridges correctly for chambering. You'd work the bolt and nothing would happen. The round just sits in the magazine. Extraction strength was weak on many early rifles. Spent cases would stick in the chamber, requiring you to mortar the rifle to get them out. In cold weather, this problem worsened significantly. Mossberg has made improvements, but those early Patriot models represent a learning curve for the company. Current production rifles perform much better. Pros: features like adjustable length of pull add versatility for different shooters. Spiral-fluted bolts reduce weight while maintaining strength. Current models have resolved most early production issues. Cons: early triggers were dangerously heavy and unpredictable. Magazine feeding problems cause reliability failures in the field. Stock quality feels cheap and affects accuracy potential. Number 3. Remington 742 Woodsmaster. The Remington 742 Woodsmaster semi-automatic rifle was produced from 1960 to 1980. Despite its popularity during that era, this rifle has aged poorly and presents serious reliability concerns for modern hunters. The action design creates the core problem. The 742 uses a complicated mechanism with many small parts that wear quickly. After just a few thousand rounds, key components start failing. The bolt lockup deteriorates, causing headspace issues that make the rifle unsafe to shoot. Many gunsmiths refuse to work on these rifles because replacement parts are scarce and the design itself is fundamentally flawed. Jamming happens constantly with the 742. The rifle will fail to extract, fail to eject, fail to feed, and sometimes all three in the same hunting trip. Changing ammunition brands rarely helps because the problem stems from worn internal parts. Accuracy degrades rapidly as the rifle wears. What might have shot acceptable groups when new becomes a 4-inch rifle within a few seasons. The receiver design allows too much flex, and barrel heating causes point-of-impact shifts. Cold bore shots rarely land where subsequent shots group. Finding parts represents another nightmare. Pros: quick follow-up shots from semi-automatic action when functioning. Historically popular design means some nostalgia value exists. Handles common calibers like .30-06 and .308 Winchester. Cons: action design wears out quickly, creating dangerous headspace issues. Constant jamming and feeding failures ruin reliability. Parts availability is terrible, making repairs nearly impossible. Number 2. Remington 783. The Remington 783 was designed as a cost-effective alternative to the Remington 700, but this rifle cuts too many corners. While some owners report acceptable experiences, the consistency problems make it a risky choice. Accuracy varies wildly between individual rifles. Some shoot decent groups while others spray bullets everywhere. You're essentially playing the lottery. You might get a good one, or you might get a rifle that can't hit a paper plate at 100 yards. The Crossfire trigger system sounds good on paper but feels terrible in practice. The pull weight is adjustable, but even at its lightest setting, the trigger has excessive creep and a mushy break. This makes precision shooting frustrating and inconsistent. Extraction problems pop up regularly. The extractor loses tension over time, causing failures to extract spent cases. This leaves you with a rifle that won't chamber the next round during a critical moment. The bolt also binds when dirty, and field stripping for cleaning is more complicated than it should be. The stock deserves special mention for being particularly cheap. The synthetic material flexes easily, and the pistol grip feels hollow. Barrel contact changes as you tighten or loosen sling swivels, shifting your point of impact. Pros: adjustable Crossfire trigger allows some customization. Thread-ready barrels accommodate suppressors or muzzle devices. Chambered in popular hunting calibers with good ammunition selection. Cons: wildly inconsistent accuracy between individual rifles. Cheap stock construction affects accuracy and durability. Number 1. Remington 770. The Remington 770 tops our list as the rifle hunters warn against most often. This rifle earned its terrible reputation through consistent failures across nearly every important category. Quality control was essentially non-existent with the 770. Barrels weren't properly torqued, stocks cracked under recoil, and bolts had rough machining that scored brass cases. Some rifles arrived from the factory unable to chamber factory ammunition. Others had triggers that wouldn't reset properly. The trigger deserves its own paragraph because it's genuinely dangerous. Many 770 triggers broke at over 10 pounds with terrible creep and unpredictable breaks. Accuracy was abysmal, even by generous standards. 5-inch groups at 100 yards were common. The bore quality was so poor that some rifles keyholed bullets, meaning they tumbled in flight instead of stabilizing. Changing ammunition might shift groups by 6 inches. Remington has discontinued the 770, but thousands still exist in the used market. Avoid this rifle at all costs. Even if someone offers you one for free, you're better off spending that money on ammunition for a quality rifle. The 770 represents everything wrong with cost-cutting in firearms manufacturing. Pros: package deals included scopes making setup seem convenient. Available in multiple calibers, covering most hunting situations. Discontinued status means prices are low on used market. Cons: dangerous trigger issues resulted in factory recalls. Terrible accuracy makes ethical hunting shots nearly impossible. Quality control failures affect every aspect of rifle function. There you have it. 5 hunting rifles that experienced hunters consistently warn others to avoid. Remember, your rifle is the most important tool in your hunting setup. Reliability, accuracy, and safety should never be compromised to save money. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe for more honest hunting gear reviews. Drop a comment below if you've had experiences with any of these rifles. I'd love to hear your stories. And if you're shopping for a reliable hunting rifle, check out my recommended alternatives video linked in the description. Thanks for watching and good luck on your next hunt.